So I'm dressed like Don Cherry to commemorate Don Cherry for losing his job after 38 years. Because what did he say? He said, wear a fucking poppy, okay? Thousands upon thousands of Canadians died in World War I in the poppy fields in Europe, went overseas, died. It's not like it's a modern war, so just wear a poppy, you people. And when he said you people, he meant metropolitan types in Toronto and Mississauga. He did mean immigrants. He can pretend he just meant anyone, but he was focused on what they call new Canadians. And he meant immigrants. And that's not even insulting to immigrants.
No.
Like, say you were in Japan and you said, hey, if you just came here, take your shoes off when you come inside, okay, you people? But lost his job. Now, I don't keep up with Canadian television, but I saw this clip. Are we going to get in trouble? By the way, I should go back about 10 steps. The end is nigh, that witch bitch, that woman who I was just being, was saying that on December 10th, YouTube has announced new terms and conditions, and they've been sort of the last to purge the right. And I think they're saying, yeah, we're giving up. We don't want you to have a voice either. So I guarantee you I'll be gone. But I also think every other conservative will be gone. And young Ryan here, who I should point out is almost always wrong,
Yes.
says that may also close your Google account.
Correct.
And then you lose all your pictures and videos from the cloud. Mm-hmm. So I would be backing up all your baby photos if they're on the cloud, if you're conservative. If you're liberal, you're good. We're winning, though, according to The Daily Show. White males are winning. Trump's winning. Conservatives are winning. Republicans, we're all winning. Jim Goad said that after Trump won, or not long ago, actually. He said, can you believe we won? Sure doesn't feel like it. I'm at the point now where I'm sort of like, if we give you AOC, the White House, will you fuck off? Will you leave us alone? Jesus Christ. What a mess this country has become. What a fucking mess. And it's not Trump. It's you crybabies reacting to Trump. That's really the problem. It's like a bunch of kids screaming because it's bedtime, and they blame the parents because it's the parents who said it was bedtime. It's not the parents. Bedtime happens. Bedtime's good for you. Jobs are good for you. The economy's good for you. Oh, that's just Obama's coattails. All right. What is the problem? Transphobia. Mass killings. No, the war here is the war on masculinity. And that's why they hate Don Cherry. He's basically an Archie Bunker type sexist. And they don't like that. They don't like hockey, this new Canadian. And I saw this show called The Social. I guess it's Canada's The View. And they were talking about it. We'll probably get a strike for showing this.
They chopped the ists part of the title off?
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the undertone.
Yeah, probably, right?
So show this. I think she introduces the story first, which is a little redundant. So I want to get to this chick next to her. I think she's sort of the Roseanne, the chick that's on The View, the really ugly lesbian?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
On The View, there's the girl from the Roseanne show who threw her under the bus when all that shit hit the fan.
Oh, the skinny one. Yeah. She was on the show. Yep. Okay, I know who you're
So I think this is the Canadian version.
Oh.
We're like the Soviets. Everything America makes, we have a duplicate of. But her little diatribe about Don Cherry was incredibly telling. She accidentally peeled back the curtain. Not her. Let her talk, but jump ahead of her. That one.
Backing down from the words that got
I love his
fired
collars,
from
man.
Sportsnet
That is wild.
So, in an interview with Toronto radio station News Talk 1010, Cherry said he could have stayed on, but he won't take back his comments about new Canadians.
Just pause.
You people.
Look at that school marm look she has. Isn't it? Look, I'm not talking about her with the air quotes. Look at the other one. This is really what the Western politics, the culture has become. It's become a scolding from a school teacher for being a bad boy. And the justice system, too. That's all bad boys. We've got 2 bad boys in prison for 4 years.
People not wearing poppies. And so We're going to dive into the question why this has caused a firestorm across the country. This has hit a nerve either
She
on
can't
one
wait to
side
go.
or on the other.
The one in
Why
the
do-
green? She's like, yeah. Wait till I do my thing. I wrote it all out. I read it this morning twice. Come on. Shut up, you fucking makeup-faced bitch who didn't invite me to the cool parties in high school. I hate you.
She's listening for her cue for her line.
Hurry up, bimbo.
Yeah.
We think this is.
I think it struck a nerve because I'm told he's a Canadian icon and he's a symbol of the great sport of hockey, which is the sport that unites us across this country. And that narrative is the one that strikes a nerve with
Just
me
pause.
because I don't.
What narrative? What narrative? That Canadians love hockey? It's cold there. Russians love hockey too. What is the and that he's a Canadian icon? Go look up icon in the dictionary. There's Don Cherry housing estates. We've been watching them since we were little kids. 38 years. I'm ancient, and I can't remember a Canada without Don Cherry. I must have been like 6 years old.
And one flub through 38 years of...
You people. Yeah, he didn't. Look, if immigrants are a thing, and you can talk about how much they improve our lives, you can say good things. Can you also notice a negative pattern? And there is a negative pattern there. They tend not to wear poppies.
Worship at the altar of hockey. I never
altar
have.
of hockey.
And maybe it's because of where I grew up, but and going to a couple different universities, there's a certain type of person in my mind, in my experience, who does. And they all tended to be white boys who weren't,
Just
let's
pause.
say...
She grew up in Canada, and she noticed there was a certain type of boy, a white boy. White boy. Like, imagine saying white boy in Canada, and she's talking about her youth, right? Although she jumped up to university. So let's say we're talking about like 1992. Sorry that in a predominantly white country like Canada, you found that a lot of the fans were white boys.
Yeah. This long hair...
white boy.
This long hair girl I knew, it's just an unnecessary adjective.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of giant afroed black women playing hockey or enjoying it when I grew up in fucking Canada. White boy.
Very nice. They were not generally thoughtful. They were often bullies. Their parents were able to afford to put them, spend $5,000 a year on minor hockey instead of $5,000, a lot of money. You could do other things besides spending your time in an arena. You could go.
You catching any of this?
She had meth?
I hadn't watched this that closely before. Yes, hockey equipment's expensive, but hockey is so ingrained in Canadian culture that there's swap meets and there's a million ways to get it for cheap. There's hand-me-downs. The equipment abounds. You can get the state-of-the-art stuff, but they're bullies. This is why I'm playing this clip, though, because her beef isn't with Don Cherry and you people. This is all about revenge. The imminent purge of YouTube, it's all about revenge. I don't like the jocks. It's all revenge of the nerds. That's what this is about. And here is a nerd blowing their cover.
You think she's a nerd?
Yeah.
What makes you say that? And by the way, if they're all bullies, who are you going to bully? They're just bullying each other?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess there's no bullies then. Silly lady.
Go on a trip and learn about the world, see other things, eh? The world is a big place. Maybe get outside out of that bubble.
So let me just get this straight. Hockey fans are a bunch of white boys who haven't traveled, and they should have used that money that their parents spent on their equipment to go and see the world. That's why she went on her little Europe trip, so she could brag about Vienna.
She's bragging.
Never got the Vienna sausage, and now she's mad.
Don Cherry is the walking and talking representative of that type. And he's the type of person that now people want to like, and I know he's done some good things, but at the same time, when someone good is also able to make fun of people who believe in climate science, who's also able to be like...
Just pause. He's able to make fun of people that don't believe in, or that believe in climate science. You shouldn't be able to make fun of them. This is their world. No being able. This is the post-December 10th world. Please sign up for FreeSpeechDotTV because we are going underground like those little mammals after the Ice Age who are the reason we're here. You know what I didn't realize? Some mammals didn't go underground. Bears, a horse, the Arctic squirrel.
Imagine a horse underground. That's pretty cool.
They tried to go underground. It was really uncomfortable.
We went underground like so many mammals.
It took me like 3 months just to build a 7-foot area that I could get into. And then even then, the cold was still coming in.
You're just bummed out. Just a bummed horse.
Whether he's charming or not, but he's still a bigot and a misogynist.
A
when
bigot
you're,
and a
you know,
misogynist.
to have those two things, like I dismiss those people.
I dismiss those people. Look at that cuck!
What is happening there?
Look at that guy!
This is a crazy looking thing.
And look at her. Wait, this is a great part of the video. She doesn't appreciate him. See, this is what women make these men, these plasticine donkeys, these losers, and they go, what have I created? I want to get fucked. And I've made my husband into a weird little earthworm in a woman's blouse. And you can see when he claps and goes, I'm doing it, honey. And what are you even going to her? Why are you joining her at a talk show? Yeah. Hey, honey, you want to come see The View with me? I'd rather die. I mean, I might go there as a joke, but to honestly go to The View with your wife, and look how disappointed she is in what she created.
Yeah, she's too busy watching actual testosterone in front of her.
Yeah, look at her.
From the green shirt.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Shut the fuck up, you loser.
I'm listening to a real man talk. This guy.
I could see that again.
Yeah, it's pretty telling.
I find it embarrassing.
She's right. Yeah, well,
Yeah. And why is he looking at her for approval? Well, I'm clapping. That's so true. I hate those type of people too. Sexists and bigots and those old men. I hate how old men aren't modern. Right, honey? Look at him.
That's all of 2 seconds, and it's the most telling thing I've ever seen.
And I find it embarrassing.
If you're going to be such a pussy and such a cuck, your wife should at least have some tits.
Look at her disappointing face, and look at him like...
Look at all of their
Yes.
faces.
Dude, what is next to them, too?
What have we wrought?
They're dressed like...
Oh my God. I got to send that picture to China and have them make an oil painting of it. It's much more affordable when you send it to China. Look at these faces. Look at his face. Bad boy, Don Cherry. Naughty boy.
Wow, he's
You've
like...
been very bad.
The guy's face is like, that did not work.
We're
still
living
trying.
in nanny culture where we all need a timeout.
That's
Anyone?
a guy. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
That's a guy, right? The one in the pink?
No, that's just an ugly person.
I believe that's a man.
Really?
There's an Adam's apple there. Look at the face. Look at the structure. That's a guy.
Shouldn't be so controversial, should it?
No.
It's a big chunk of the
Like,
country.
we shouldn't have to be constantly sitting here. Everyone's become so androgynous that we have to constantly sit there and wonder who someone is. And you know who that must suck for? Slightly masculine-looking women. 10 years ago, if you were a tall woman with a strong chin and maybe you were cursed with broad shoulders, which is rough. That's not a deal breaker, but it's rough. People would just go, that's a masculine woman. Now, I assume everyone assumes you're a dude.
Yeah.
That must be embarrassing. All right, this is a unique show. I guess the people who just listen to the podcast are probably bummed because I used to just come up with a philosophical concept, like say, when was Archie Bunker born?